Good morning, children. Welcome to the grammar English class. Today I am going to teach you something of the basic of grammar skills. When we speak or communicate orally, we need to pronounce or use words. Now, these words are divided into different kinds or classes. These kinds are called the parts of speech. Here is a picture of a tree showing the parts of speech. The main parts of speech are 8 in number and they are called noun, verb, pronoun, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection and preposition. Today I am going to teach you the very root of speech without which a sentence with complete sense cannot be formed. Yes, it is the verb. You know the verb has come from the Latin word verbum, which means word. The verb is the backbone of a sentence. It is also called a doing word. Now, there are different kinds of verbs such as, to mention a few, the transitive verb, the intransitive verb, the auxiliary verb, etc. Now, the example of transitive verb is, the boy kicks the football. Here's the picture of it. Here the action denoted by the verb kicks passes over from the doer to the object. So it is a transitive verb. Transitive means passing over. Example of intransitive verb. The boy laughs loudly. Here the action denoted by the verb laughs stops with the doer only and does not pass over to any object. So it is called an intransitive verb. The auxiliary verb is mostly used in the first and third person such as let me talk, let him go, etc. Children, do you know that just as you and me have moods, verbs also have their own moods. There are 3 kinds of moods in English. The indicative mood, here I am showing the indicative finger, the imperative mood, showing the command and request, and the subjunctive mood. The indicative mood is used to express a statement of fact, such as the girls sing sweetly. It's a statement. We are taught maths daily. The indicative mood is also used to ask a question. Have you found your book? Are you well? The imperative mood now, second mood, is used to express a command such as come here, open your book at page 74. The imperative mood is also used for an exhortation such as take care of your health, try to do better. It's also used as an entreaty or a prayer such as have mercy on us, give us this day our daily bread, etc. The subjunctive mood, this mood scarcely exists in present day English, but at times it is used in traditional phrases. It expresses a wish or a hope. God bless you, God save the king, heaven help us. These are the present subjunctive mood. The past subjunctive mood is used to indicate a situation which is unreal or contrary to the fact, such as I wish I knew his name, I wish I were a millionaire, etc. The words wish, if, rather, as though are used in the past subjunctive mood. Here are some examples. She wishes the car belonged to you. If we started now, we would be in time. I would rather you went by air. He walks as though he were drunk. These are all the past subjunctive mood. So children, we have studied some moods of the verb. The word mood has been derived from the Latin word modus. Modus means mode, manner or mood. Now children, I would like to draw your attention towards the tenses. This topic is rather lengthy, but I will discuss it briefly. Some other time we will study them in detail. The word tense comes from the Latin word tenure, meaning time, and we know time can be possibly classified in 3 broad senses such as present, past and future. But here in English, we will learn 4 types of tenses such as the simple tense, the continuous tense, the perfect tense, the perfect continuous tense. All these types follow the same pattern as the past, present and future. Now here we have the simple tense, the simple present tense. An example is the boy writes a letter. The simple past tense, the boy wrote a letter. The simple future tense, the boy will write a letter. Now the continuous tense, the present continuous tense. The example, the boy is writing a letter. Past continuous tense, the boy was writing a letter. The future continuous tense, the boy will be writing a letter. Now we go for the perfect tense, the present perfect tense. The boy has written a letter. The past perfect tense, the boy had written a letter. The future perfect tense, the boy will have written a letter. The last one is the perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense, I have been speaking. The past perfect continuous tense, I had been speaking. The future perfect continuous tense, I shall or will have been speaking. So these are the tenses that I told you very briefly. Here are some examples of some of the tenses. For example, the first one, the man ran to board the bus. It's the simple past tense. Here I have written simple past tense. The girls are singing. Present continuous tense. The boy will brush his teeth. Simple future tense. The cat has killed the rat. Present perfect tense. The birds are flying in the sky. Present continuous tense. Here I am just keeping it now at present, stopping it because I want to teach you about tenses in detail some other time. Thank you, children. God bless you and have a nice day. I will also send some worksheets. I wish you will do those worksheets. I will send them on WhatsApp for you, children. Goodbye. God bless you.